tonight's San Diego Chrono Group meeting, and here we are. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
My name's Antoine.
Hey, Antoine. So I see you parked your car in here. Also, you have a fun micro brand watch on. Could you share me a quick little wristwatch check and
Oh, bro.
just kind of let me know what you got going?
This is the Traska, which is phenomenal. Just gotta love it with the ceramic bezel. And then, of course, the Stingray strap.
Oh man, that looks killer. Love the pairing. How
Yep.
did you hear about Traska?
You know what? I was actually at the bank one day, and one of the tellers had on a Traska, and it was a mint dial. This particular one, and it was the first release that they did in it. And I'm like, hold up, before we get this transaction done, what is that right there on your wrist? He's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, that watch. And he's like, oh, my dad got me this for my graduation. And so he gave me the information right there, wrote it out on the back of a little envelope from the bank, and I looked it up, and I got on their wait list, and as soon as it became available, boom, popped it in.
Nice, nice. Actually, it's a really cool story behind Traska. The guy who runs it is actually this young guy, and he went to go study overseas. He was doing studying international business.
Yep.
And basically, while he was out in China, he found out that a lot of the big Swiss brands were actually getting parts manufactured in China, bracelets, cases, stuff like that.
No way.
And essentially, he wanted to start his own brand where he could kind of combine, you know, that higher level of appeal to create an everyday watch, and it was just his dream. And basically, you know, instead of kind of following the beaten path, he decided to kind of trailblaze and create a small brand with just a few kind of key pieces.
Yeah.
And he's doing really well. Like every new batch, they come out with something new, something different. I like they use the hardened cases and everything, which is great. Super scratch resistant.
Yep.
To the point where I actually tried to scratch it on video, and and I wasn't even afraid. It actually endured pretty well, so that was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's surprised a few people. Mr. Wonderful, Teddy Balthazar, all those people.
All right, awesome. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the car here?
This was actually just a come up. It was actually a few years ago. I've always, you know, as my mom would say it, I had a poster of this thing on my wall, a Porsche, and when I was younger, as around 8 years old, and so, you know what, you only live once, and so a couple of years ago, I was out shopping with my son, and we saw this thing, and I was like, man, I want to go test drive that, and I test drive it. I've test drove other Porsches before, but this one just fit me really well. It's a 2014 Boxster S.
Nice.
Which is phenomenal. And to be honest with you, all of the stuff that it does, I'm still learning, even after 2 years.
I love that.
The most important part I like, and the reason why it's in here, is because I just like looking at it.
Yeah, no, that's
the design and the curves and the color. It's pretty amazing to me.
Absolutely, Porsche is so timeless. And you know, even their whole line, there's nothing that they do that isn't beautiful.
Oh yeah.
And the crazy thing is that they're always, you know, drivers first oriented, so you get that visceral enjoyment, as well as, hey, they're pretty easy on the eyes. They got great curves.
And it's super functional. It's got a front and a back trunk. I take it to Costco and I can still get all my stuff in it. Because I'm a family man, right?
That's awesome. That's awesome. So in terms of collecting watches as well as appreciating, you know, fine automobiles, do you feel like there's a correlation there that just...
I do. I mean, I like nice things. This particular one, I mean, the design curves on it, similar same things. I like things that pop. Obviously the shirt, right? Robert Graham. And then, of course, this here, it actually was something that, when I first saw it, I was like, man, I don't know if I can really pull this off. I had to go look at it for about 30 days because of the color. So design and the color, and even the same thing with watches. I think there's a connection there for me that I like to see things that just kind of have a little something different to them. This is form and function because I can tell time.
Absolutely.
But I really love to be able to look at something and appreciate it, even if I have to just take it off and have a little moment with a cup of coffee and just stare at it.
Oh man, that's beautifully put. Thank you so much. Appreciate you stopping by and giving a little chat here for the channel. So if you guys have any questions, definitely leave them down in the comments below, and we'll just keep rolling on. Thanks.
No problem. Take care, man.